Well, Earth Day is tomorrow, and we're celebrating a day early, starting from the ground up. Boaz spent the afternoon with the Allegheny County Conservation District, learning how to test soil for lead, something a lot of gardeners here in Pittsburgh are familiar with. Take a look.
It is gardening season here in Pittsburgh, and you want to make sure you're doing it in a safe way. So I wanted to check in with Heather here from the Allegheny County Conservation District, because I know you have a lot of resources for home gardeners.
Yes, we are so lucky here in southwestern Pennsylvania. It is finally spring. Mother Earth is waking up, and it is time to get growing. And so we are so excited to help backyard gardeners all the way to big farmers do what they do best, which is to grow plants. And so we have a really good resource and program for people in Allegheny County to drop off samples of their soil to find out if it's safe or contaminated with lead.
Obviously, we have an industrial history here, so who knows what used to be where your garden is now.
Exactly. And it's easy to sort of ignore it or potentially not even be aware of this issue. But lead is a neurotoxin. It is not good. It can damage your kidneys, lower IQ, and so why mess around? And so there's a lot of ways that you can still grow, even if there's lead, to be safe. But one of the resources we do for free is we test soil because we want people to be safe and enjoy growing all those beautiful flowers and delicious vegetables.
Yeah, all right. Well, I think I'm going to check in with Haley over here to learn more about that. Thanks, Heather. Okay, so how does it work? You just need to get some dirt from your garden?
Absolutely. So first thing you're going to do is register for our drop-off event online, and then you'll get instructions on exactly how to collect a soil sample. But let's do it together and show you how.
Good, yeah.
Perfect. Let's head over here.
All right, we got a bucket over here. We've got a weird long tube. So how does this work?
The supplies I have today, first things first, I'm going to wear gloves to protect myself. So protective gear is great. Next up, I need a bucket and at least a trowel. If you're a member of the Garden Resource Center with Grow Pittsburgh here, you can borrow one of their great soil probes. But if you're not a member, no problem. A trowel will work perfectly well. So first thing we're going to do is choose where we want to have our soil tested from. And from that area, I've chosen this beautiful flower bed here at the Grow Pittsburgh Garden Resource Center.
And I know you want to get the soil from a few different places to make sure you're sort of getting an average.
You're exactly right. So I want to make sure I get what's called a representative soil sample, which means I'm going to pool soil from at least 5 spots and mix it all together. So we can do that now. I'm going to make sure that since this is a garden bed, maybe I want to grow veggies here, I need to get at least 6 inches of soil. So I'm going to dig down and make sure I have 6 inches deep of soil. Pull it out. That looks good. About 6 inches is the length of my hand. I'm going to put it in my bucket.
Okay, so then you'll do that 4 other times at least.
Exactly. I'm going to do it 5 times total, mix it all together, and then I'm going to dry this soil for at least 2 days. So we have to be thinking ahead for the drop-off. Make sure you register early and you collect your soil early with enough time to dry it. Let's pretend all 5 soils are in this bucket. I've dried it for 2 days. The next part and the final part is that we're going to put it in a labeled bag. Your label is honestly the most important part of this. And when you register, you're going to be assigned a label code. So I've got my label code on here. I'm going to put my dried representative sample into my bag. There we go. We want to make sure it all gets in there. Love it.
And then how soon after you drop it off will you hear back?
Great question. So once I have my sample, I'm going to drop it off at one of 7 locations. This Garden Resource Center is actually one of the drop-off locations. So I'll leave it here at the drop-off bin, and then I can expect results to be emailed to me within 2 weeks. So you'll check your email inbox, you'll get results, as well as a ton of information on how to act on those results and resources.
And so you can find out about lead. What are other things you might learn that's in your soil?
Absolutely. So we, for this event, are only going to be testing for lead, but we can connect you to resources on how to do a soil fertility test, right? So that's testing for things like pH, your macronutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, etc. And we can get you connected to those resources, help you out, and get you ready for growing this season.
Yeah, cool. Well, thank you so much, Haley. You know, and if you see your neighbor walking around with one of these, don't worry. It's just a soil probe.
Really fascinating there, Boaz. And you can learn more about soil testing and the Conservation District on our website. Well, ahead on Talk Pittsburgh, Heather's got some good news to share today.
Yes, we're kicking off the second half of the show with the stories that are making us smile this afternoon, including free snacks for the community. Talk Pittsburgh will be right back.